Hi everyone, Esper from the Frag Dolls here, and just so you guys know, today we're going to be talking about Might and Magic Duel of Champions, an online card game you guys must have heard about this weekend. So one of the amazing things we're going to be talking about is the Road to Paris. We're actually joined here today by two really great players. We have MarketeerFred, and then we have Hugo, and both of these players have definitely kicked a lot of butt in this Road to Paris tournament series so far. So I'm actually going to have MarketeerFred introduce himself a little bit right now.
Sure, my name's Fred. I play a lot of CCGs, a lot of RPGs, and I managed to luck out and get into the finals of the Gen Con tournament.
And then Hugo?
Hi, I'm Hugo. I go by parading in the game. I had the good fortune of playing this game at the Origins convention and winning that, which is how I've gotten into this Road to Paris. So I'm pretty excited to be a part of this and pretty excited to be competing for a free trip to Paris.
Yeah, the Road to Paris tournament series is definitely amazing. Duel Champions is actually going to be sending 8 players to Paris to compete. We actually just finished up with our North American live qualifiers, and these are where these two amazing gentlemen came from. So I think, do you guys want to play?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go for
awesome.
it.
Okay.
I'm ready to go when you are.
All right, sending you the invite.
So we're going to have our two players actually challenge each other right now. I know MarketeerFred actually got runner-up at Gen Con, but he's still a really amazing player. You guys have no idea. I saw him in action quite a bit at Gen Con. I actually harassed him a little bit for some tips and tricks. And so I'm hoping both these players will be giving us a little insight into the amazing decks that they have and they'll be utilizing for us today.
Yeah, so I've picked an Inferno deck. This is a fire-based faction, and this is my rush deck. So this deck either wins quick or it goes home and loses. So we're going to see what happens here today.
And then Fred?
I'm playing my standard deck. It's a Necro deck. The main difference between it and most Necro decks is it's got no spells in it. I find that having a deck that is a little bit different from the normal norms is a way to kind of beat the meta and surprise my opponents.
So it looks like I've got initiative. So one of the things I like about this game is that it has multiple resource types. It has you have your might, you have your magic, and then you have your fortune. So you have to build your deck around these different resource types, and you want to emphasize 2 really, and not all 3, so that you can accelerate more quickly rather than having to spread out your resources. So I'm going to increase my might, which lets me bring out stronger creatures, and then I'm going to bring out this creature that costs me 1. The other thing I like here is resources. You never get mana screwed in this game. You always get an extra resource every turn, and they always replenish every turn, so that's going to be my turn.
Do you guys think this game is noob friendly? I know you both are amazing, but do you think it's really easy for new players to hop into and play?
Absolutely. One of the things I like is if you're experienced and you've played a lot, you can certainly do something else in the background while you play. Like right now, both of us are chatting. When you're learning, you can just focus a little bit harder. It's not a problem. Like, to be completely honest, I haven't had to spend any money on the game, and I managed to take second at a big event. So I certainly think the game is welcoming to new players.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. When I got into this game, it's got a great beginner-friendly campaign mode where you can learn the game kind of gently against an AI. You get a bunch of free credits from that. You get to buy a lot of packs. And then, it's pretty much what you want to make of the game. If you really want to invest and spend money, you can. If you just want to play more slowly and casually, you can do that too and still enjoy it.
So I have an important question to ask you, Fred. So are you addicted to pack opening, though? I really have to know.
Well, whenever I hit the amount I need for a new pack, that goal goes away right away. So I can stop anytime I choose. I choose not to. But I'm not addicted, no.
Hugo, do you like opening packs?
I love opening packs. I'm a sucker for opening packs. Just finding that rare or that ultra rare, there's a thrill to it that's indescribable.
Okay, and so Fred, can you tell us maybe a little bit about the hero you're actually utilizing today?
Sure. The hero I'm using is the Necro Hero Fleshbane. Rather than an activated ability, what he has is a passive trait where whenever one of his incorporeal creatures is on the table, it has +1 health. The reason I'm doing it this way is I'm not running any spells, and a passive ability lets you constantly take advantage of your hero's little things without having to focus on it. So essentially I'm getting no cost benefits.
And Hugo?
So what I'm doing here is I'm throwing out big creatures. I'm not worrying so much about defense. I just want to hit them and hit them hard. And so I'm giving up tactical advantage. One of the things about this game is you'll notice that there's rows and there's lines where you can place creatures. So you've got your back row of range creatures and your melee creatures in the front. I'm not worried so much about blocking his guys. I just want to get in and hit his hero. And we start with 20 life. He's down to 14. I'm down to 14. So as long as I can stay just ahead of it, I can beat him and kill him. So I'm not really worried about taking damage here.
And I see you're using a Garant, right? Or Garant? Do you like him as a hero?
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, he's a basic hero. You've got your basic heroes who are pretty good on the resources. They start with a bunch of resources. There's a couple more advanced heroes you'll start with less resources to begin with, but they'll give you a special ability down here that tends to really give you a much more specific play style.
Yeah.
So if you're an advanced player, they're really great because you can really tune your deck to that. But if you're a beginner, these more general purpose heroes are really good too.
And so, Fred, even though I know you're trying to concentrate in this battle right now, I need to know, how did you actually hear about the Road to Paris tournament series?
Road to Paris, I was already playing the game when it was announced, so I think there are some in-game ads for it, and that's how I became aware. I go to Gen Con anyways, and because I went to Gen Con, I dropped by the booth. Basically, you said hi. You mentioned that there was the event going on, and I was thinking, sure, why not? It was just a few hours of my time, and it looked like fun. I enjoyed the game anyways, and so I didn't win, but a chance to go to Paris in exchange for playing a game you're already playing seems like a good deal to me.
And then Hugo, I know you actually won at the Origins Game Fair. Were you actually stressed out when you were battling?
Not really. Once I get into competition, I just kind of get into the zone where I don't even really think about it. I just focus on the task ahead of me and do what I need to do. Where it gets really stressful is when it comes down to that last card play or that last attack. That's when I start getting a little stressed out, and it all comes down to that one decision, making sure you make it right.
Get a little sweaty, get a little nervous.
That's right.
So is there anything that you're doing specifically to prepare for the chance to go to Paris? Because I know you're going to be competing against the 3 other winners from North America. So are you studying hard? Are you practicing every day? What exactly are you doing to prepare?
One of the things I've been doing is playing a lot of online tournaments just to get used to that competitive scene. This game has online tournaments that you can do. It has 2 types. It has just basic Swiss type tournaments where you're competing for packs, and then it also has jackpot tournaments where you just enter the tournament for the day, and every game you play that day counts towards this jackpot. And the higher your rating at the end of the day, the more gold you accumulate, and then gold can be used to buy packs. So it's really great. It's really a great way if you don't want to spend actual money. You can just enter these tournaments and win packs or win gold to buy more stuff.
So you can open even more packs. I know we already discussed pack addiction. I understand. You can't help what you love. And in this case, you both love Duel Champions, right?
That's right. Exactly. It's a great game.
And then just so you guys know, if you guys are watching right now, if you do want to check out the Road to Paris and see what's going on with it, see maybe a little bit more of the past winners that we have, you can actually go to roadtoparis.com, check it out, see what's going on with the qualifiers, and of course get pumped up for our amazing players. So Fred, can you tell us what you're doing right now in game maybe?
Okay, well right now, Hugo has played the Abyssal Lord, which he can use to attack any of my rows, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do to prevent him from killing me with it, because even though I have more life than him right now, Inferno has a lot of ways to reach past your creatures to do damage directly to the opposing player. So right now my big concern is how to stay alive by removing what will probably set up a kill if I don't do something about it. And it takes a bit of thinking about what I can do to try to prevent him, because I also noticed that he's at 3 magic. Inferno has Fireball, which is a 4 magic spell, which will damage multiple guys, so I have to be aware of both of those threats, because if I forget or he gets either through, I probably lose the game outright.
So are you nervous? Are you scared of the Fireball right now?
Well, it's something I definitely have to kind of keep track of and be aware of. I'm not scared so much as that's a threat I have to deal with, and so I need to play accordingly.
So right now, would you per se maybe drop like a bunch of creatures that have more hit points? So if there's a Fireball?
That, and I need to make sure that the lane where he has multiple threats, which is the bottom lane, has multiple blockers.
Okay. And so Hugo, Let's see. I can actually see Hugo's hand right now.
So right now I've got, so unlike Fred, I went spell heavy. I've got a lot of spells in this deck. And the whole reason I have these spells is for when it comes down to this moment where, I mean, if I don't kill Fred right now, he's probably got me beat. Like I said, this deck is an aggro deck. It doesn't care about getting hurt. It cares about hurting my opponent more than they hurt me. So the big question I have right now is, you know, with all these spells and tricks I have up my sleeve, is there any way to take him down? Because if I don't, he's probably going to come back and get me. So I'm looking here at my hand. I'm trying to figure out what I have. And what I'm seeing is that he's got 10 life.
Okay.
I've got guys who can deal 8 points of damage. This guy has 5 attack. And this creature has 3 attacks. So that can deal 8. So I'm not really seeing here a way to take him out immediately. But there's some good opportunities here to clear the board maybe, and maybe buy myself another turn. So let's see what I can do here. So I've got these fireball spells that deal 2 damage to a creature, so I'll throw one of those out. That eliminates one of his threats. That opens up this lane for this guy. So he can now hit the hero because there's no creatures blocking the lane. So then, but that's still 5 damage. That brings him down to half. It's not quite enough to take him out. So then the other thing I can do is I've got another fireball here. Kill another creature. And it's just going to bring out a creature to block.
Yep.
And then I think I've got it so I can buy another turn. We'll see if I guessed right or not. I'm going to use this guy to attack anywhere. He's going to attack this guy. And he can attack anywhere on the board. That's a special ability. And then we're going to draw a card. Let's do that. And then we'll kill him there, and my time's out.
Right to the last segment.
The great thing about this game is your matches don't drag out. There's a 2-minute time limit to each of your turns, and in tournaments it's even less. So it's kind of great. You can go online and not worry that you're going to spend an hour and a half playing one single match. You're going to get them done pretty quickly because of the time limit.
Yeah. Do you find yourself actually really kind of thinking about your turn right in the beginning, like really trying to figure out every step that you're going to take, or do you kind of just go with it and just see what happens?
No, I like to think about my turn at the beginning. I like to look at my hand, the board situation, where their creatures are, what openings I see, what kind of spells I can use to combo off each other, and then take advantage of any opportunities and exploits I see.
Okay, so Fred, I know it's your turn. You only have to hit him for 4 more points.
Right. Now, what I just did while we were talking was I played Atropos. His ability is to pull back 2 of my creatures from my graveyard and put them in my hand. Now, as you see here, I've got a POW Deathseeker. That does 3, and there's an open lane, but that wouldn't be fatal, and it would leave a lot of threats on his side of the board to attack me next turn. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to play the bridge to put Atropos and his Abyssal Lord back in our hands. Atropos, that means I can cast him again next turn to put 2 more creatures back in my hand. Plus, it prevents Hugo here from attacking me or any of my creatures using his Abyssal Lord. So essentially right now, I'm trying to play for a slightly longer game and just maybe not stall him out so much as go for my control options that are coming. And I drew a card at the end of my turn, pass the table over to him.
So do you guys consider, well specifically Hugo, do you guys consider card advantage really important in this game in terms of constantly drawing and having more options?
Yeah, absolutely. Card advantage is everything, and that's one of the reasons you don't want to make a hero who specializes in all 3, because one of the abilities that almost every hero has is that you can always, instead of increasing one of your resource types, you can draw a card. And that's what really makes you an advanced player, is when you start sort of fixing your curve on resources so that you can quickly get to the point where you get card advantage from your hero.
I completely agree that a good resource curve is very important in the game, but I actually feel like because you always have the option of drawing an extra card, that it's actually more important to have what I call tempo, where you want to have control of the board and the resources in play. And I think that's different from card advantage in that I can throw lots of cards on you, but if I have creatures that, because of their abilities or power, can just kill you outright, or kill your creatures as they hit the table, then you win the game. Like here, card advantage certainly helped, but the fact that I had bigger creatures that can stay on the table is why I managed to win this game.
Okay, so I just wanted to thank you both for hanging out with me today, talking a little bit about Duels of Champions. And just so you guys know, Duels of Champions is actually free to play. You can actually download it right now at duelofchampions.com. And then also, you can check out more of our live tournament coverage at roadtoparis.com. So once again, good luck in September.
Thank you.
I know you're getting a little nervous, Hugo.
A little bit.
But I believe in you. I hope you kick butt. And then, of course, thanks again to Fred for sticking around. This guy is super good, as you guys can see. He was victorious. But we hope you guys had a blast checking out Duel of Champions. And be sure to go download the game right now, available on PC and iPad.